Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK Journey video. So the moment has finally arrived that we've been waiting for. ROLAN skills are out in the skill trailer. This is the biggest, probably anticipated hero of this whole season. People have been saving stellar crystals up for him. Let's see just how good he is going to be. Let's go.
Draw your blades. Forward with me.
Ancient history was always one of the court classes I tried to skip. Then, the textbook got to King ROLAN, and I realized some legends were never meant to stay on the page. Have you seen the little fox wandering the streets of Savannah? It has all kinds of animal friends.
Okay, we have the reveal AFK Stages and Dream Realm. I think everyone was predicting that he was going to be a Dream Realm hero. All Celestial Hypogean supports up until this point have been ridiculously powerful in Dream Realm. Specifically, the more recent releases like the Twins, like Contest. Now, he's going to have synergy with the Twins. Interesting with Valor, Galahad as well. We know Galahad is a beast in Endless Dream Realm. And yeah, AFK stage usage potentially as well. Attack and haste buff, which is good because the Twins have haste buff, but they don't have attack buff actually. So attack buff for the team would be nice. And he has immunity and alt clones like Galahad also has kind of like that effect. I also hope that he has some fox form in battle. Like we just saw the fox there because that's how he like explored the story of this whole season as a fox, giving you wisdom and funny jokes or whatever. So yeah, I mean, I really hope that he has a fox form.
But when that fox reveals its true form, you find yourself standing before King ROLAN himself, the founding monarch of the Lightbearer Empire. On the battlefield, ROLAN is more than a warrior. He's the one holding the whole formation together. As soon as a battle begins, ROLAN inspires his allies, raising their morale. For every set amount of morale the team has, their attack increases based on ROLAN's initial attack. This morale has an upper limit. During battle, the allied team gains morale whenever an ally casts an ultimate. Morale also rises when a non-summoned enemy is defeated, but drops when an ally falls. If ROLAN is defeated, the team permanently loses all morale and suffers reduced attack.
Okay, so we have a lot of information here, but it seems like his Excalibur is actually keeping track of the morale of the team. Like the cap seems to be these 5 bars here. As you guys see, it fills throughout the battle. Now, the morale is going to provide an attack boost, a team-wide attack boost, which is interesting. And when you get it fully stacked here, it probably is going to be a higher attack value because the attack value corresponds to the morale value. And you're going to get some morale to begin with. Like it seems like 1 bar is full right to begin with. And when you kill an enemy or when you use an ultimate, you're going to increase your morale as well. Okay, so very interesting. However, it comes at a consequence. If ROLAN's defeated, the team will permanently lose morale and also their attack is going to be reduced. So you cannot let your ROLAN die. For PvE content, that shouldn't be a problem because you can he's not going to be under that much danger. But for PvP content, there's a bit of risk there, of course. But interesting. Okay, so there's more to this skill because it went on to a new page.
When ROLAN casts Undying Valor, he blesses the 2 allies with the highest cumulative damage dealt, making them unaffected and increasing their attack for a few seconds.
Okay, this is also really strong. 2 allies gonna get attack buff and a further attack buff, not even related to the morale boosting. And then also they're gonna be unaffected, which is very interesting. That's a powerful buff, and for PvP specifically, that's pretty interesting. For Dream Realm as well, your hardest 2 damage dealers, usually they're just 2 carriers on the team. They're going to get attack boosted by the skill, and that's going to be bonus attack just on top of the morale boosting attack, which is pretty crazy.
If the allied team's morale is above a certain percentage, the blessed allies also gain haste while the blessing is active.
Wow, okay, so it can enhance the skill to also give haste to these 2 allies if your morale is above a certain level, and that is going to be the haste buffing portion of King ROLAN's kit. But this is only onto 2 allies. The morale boosting attack is onto the team-wide, right? But the haste is on 2 allies, which is good synergy actually with the Twins, because Twins already basically cover the haste buff, and haste has diminishing returns. So it's better to have synergy between the 2 to have ROLAN providing the big attack buff and Twins providing the haste buff. And you know, you get the best of both worlds that way.
When he casts his ultimate, Oath in the Stone,
Okay, so now they're moving on to ultimate Oath in the Stone.
Rolan draws Excalibur. He removes dispellable debuffs from allies and redistributes their health so everyone is at the same percentage. Then, he increases all allies' max health and heals them for a massive amount.
Okay, this is big. So number one, he redistributes health ratio to keep everyone sort of equal in health ratio, and that is going to help your team survive for longer. That's good utility and like basically protection for your team. But also, if you take a look, he increases the maximum health of your team. And that's why we're seeing the synergy with Valor. Potentially, this could be enough to make actually Valor meta for some Endless Dream Realm again by boosting his health, which is pretty interesting. But also just for other allies, boosting their health for even AFK stages, it can help your survivability.
The max health gained from this skill gradually fades over time. When Rolan casts his ultimate, the allied team also gains extra morale.
Okay, so the maximum health is not permanent, it's going to decay over time. Permanent would be kind of crazy. And then also he's going to gain morale when he casts his own ultimate. When allies cast ultimate, you gain morale as well. That is going to be the way to basically charge up your entire morale meter on the Excalibur.
I have to admit, the sight of Rolan drawing Excalibur stayed with me for a long time. With Clemency's Edge, Rolan targets the area with the most allies, restoring health to allies within one tile, and reducing the damage they take for a few seconds. If the team's morale is above a certain percentage, he also targets the area with the most enemies, dealing damage to enemies within one tile, and stunning them for a duration.
Okay, so again, you're getting an enhancement of the skill if your morale is above a certain level. It looks like if it's above 3 bars over here. And so he's going to provide pretty nice, massive healing and also damage reduction to your grouped up, 3 allies. Which also, if you combine it with a hero like Peggy, you can have massive damage reduction on the team. And also it will stun enemies if it has the enhancement, and that's also nice, good utility, especially for AFK stages. For Dream Realm, obviously it isn't as important, but AFK stages or PvP, there is definitely value there.
After unlocking his exclusive skill, Rolan unleashes the unrivaled power of Radiant Rain. Once the allied team's morale reaches a certain percentage, Rolan creates a radiant ward that makes all allies immune to stat reductions. When an ally casts their ultimate, a radiant clone appears, inheriting part of that ally's basic stats and casting their ultimate again. While the ward is active, morale will not decrease unless Rolan is defeated. After the exclusive skill is upgraded, allies within the radiant ward recover health every second, while all enemies within it lose health every second.
Okay, so there's a lot going on with his exclusive skill. Let's just unpack this a bit. So when he has it fully, when the morale achieves a certain limit, which it seems like all 5 bars. If you take a look at the Excalibur here, for their display of the exclusive skill, you have the all 5 bars on the Excalibur. Now, that's probably what's going to be required. Then Rolan will create a Radiant Ward, and that makes all allies immune to stat reductions. When an ally casts their ultimate, a Radiant Clone will inherit part of that ally's basic stats and also cast the ultimate again. So they're going to basically get a recast of ultimate using the clone as well, which can be really powerful for ultimate-based nukers, like Freerin is something that comes to mind. While the ward is active, morale will not decrease until Rolan is defeated. Okay, and after the skill is upgraded, allies within the Radiant Ward will recover health every second, and enemies will lose health every second. So now you're also seeing HP loss damage. This is losing health per second is HP loss damage. That is going to make King Rolan not only a buffer and a support, but also a damage dealer for Endless Dream Realm by causing enemies to lose health per second. Probably the value wouldn't be that high of a multiplier because it's going to hit all enemies. But for AFK stages, that is strong. Hitting all enemies with HP loss damage after he's fully charged up, along with all other utility he provides in his kit. That's pretty crazy. So I'm really thinking, yeah, AFK stages Dream Realm, no question, he is going to be meta for both. Massively meta. The question is he even possible to work in PvP? Obviously, it's a bit more precarious of a situation for him there. We'll talk about why, but yeah, so I want to just watch this back to see these ultimates because they should be recasted here. Like,
Rival power of Radiant Rain. Once the allied team's morale reaches a certain percentage, Rolan creates a radiant ward that makes all
Like, is that a double ultimate of Gwyneth right here? I don't see actually the shadow clone.
radiant ward
Oh, there's a shadow right behind Gwyneth. It's very subtle. You can see the shadow right behind Gwyneth. The Excalibur is full.
that makes all allies immune to stat reductions. When an ally casts their ultimate, a radiant clone appears.
Uh-oh, King Rolan also getting the clone. And this looks to be map-wide, a map-wide ward effect. King Rolan getting the clone, double King Rolan ultimate. Isn't that going to be crazy?
Inheriting part of that ally's basic stats and casting their ultimate again. While the
And it only casts the ultimate, then it disappears, as you guys can
ward
see.
is active, morale will not decrease unless Rolan is defeated. After the exclusive skill is upgraded,
Okay, there's Orion Shadow Clone, there's Cassidy Shadow Clone, casting the
allies
ultimate
within
again.
the Radiant Ward recover health every second, while all enemies within it lose health every second.
Guys, he's broken. He's just gonna be broken. This is insane to get a double ultimate on every single hero.
Roland's presence stands for so many things. On the battlefield, he leads from the center, steadily raising morale and guiding his allies forward. Right after battle begins, Roland quickly builds up morale and grants the whole team an attack boost. Once morale is high enough, he can empower key allies with powerful buffs, deploy his Radiant Ward to prevent stat reductions, and make each ally's ultimate even more impactful. Under Roland's command, his allies keep their morale high throughout.
Okay, we have actually fully Excalibur and we got a Twins ultimate. So let's analyze this. Do the Twins give a double haste buff? Okay guys, we need to analyze this. So if we take a look at what's going on here, we can see right now we have an Eevee on the team. She doesn't have any haste buff. The Twins are going to get their double ultimate cast because of the clone. So let's see, does she get a double haste buff?
Ultimate even more impactful. Under Roland's command, his allies keep
Okay, that should be one haste buff. And then I see the shadow clone of the Twins.
their morale high throughout the fight, pressing on until victory is secured. I still don't like ancient history.
Okay, I don't see a double haste buff on the Eevee. Eevee just seems to have gotten one haste buff. I don't know if that is, yeah, I don't know how the buffs are gonna work with this, if they're gonna be stackable or not. I think it would be pretty ridiculous if, you know, you could get a double Twins buff on the whole team. But if you look at this, a lot of heroes do have double haste buff, but I think that's from other means. Like, really, Eevee was a fairer test because she had no haste buff and then she just has one now, even after the shadow clones of the Twins ulted.
Class. But if the legends in those textbooks could really step off the page, like that little fox turning into King Rolan and drawing Excalibur in front of everyone, then maybe I wouldn't be in such a hurry to skip the class.
Okay guys, so King Rolan obviously is incredibly strong, and definitely as he's looking right now, the fact that he's going to allow you to clone your ultimates, like, you know, cloning Freeran ultimate, imagine that in Dream Realm. And then not only that, he has HP loss damage with his exclusive skill as well when maximum morale. He has a team-wide attack buff, scaling in proportion to his morale, and then team morale, and then he has an attack and haste buff to the two allies who are the hardest hitting damage dealers. He has a health increase for Balor. That's going to be big to increase Balor's damage, or any hero that has HP, like in the future, if any other HP, own HP related damage dealer comes out. So King Rolan, pretty clearly is going to be a must pull status right now. But I don't think he's actually replacing the Twins. In fact, I think that Twins are going to be the best ally for Rolan. Is going to cycle ultimates on your team faster. The ultimate casting is going to charge up your morale faster. And then the Twins give the haste buff, and Rolan comes in with the attack buff. Even though Rolan has some haste buff for two allies, the Twins give haste for the whole team. And so I'm really thinking it's going to be a combo. Twins and Rolan together. I do not think Twins are getting power crept by this. And probably, honestly, Contest is also totally fine. Because Contest is the best debuffer to increase your damage output. Even Rainier for pre-endless Dream Realm, he's still the one of the best pre-endless Dream Realm debuffers. And so really the supports are just kind of like eternal so far in AFK Journey, not getting power crept, just wanting to run both of them or all of them in the same team. I think what the actual change that's going to happen here is I think heroes like Sleece and Valara are going to be pretty much replaced from Dream Realm. I don't even know about AFK stages. Probably for AFK stages, there's always going to be an angle for both of them. But King Roland does seem to be a good AFK stage option as well. Like, you know, he provides great survival for your team. And eventually when you're stacked up on the morale, like double ultimates is crazy value. Especially for heroes that have crowd control related ultimates, or really imagine a double Sylphira ultimate and things like that. Or I don't even know how double Saida ultimate would work if we were allowed to get off her 3 ultimates quicker. I don't even know. But like yeah, Roland looks to be an absolute monster for this game, and specifically for PvE content, but even PvP, I think he has enough buffing value and healing and then, you know, things in his kit that if he can somehow stack his morale fast enough for your team, I think he can actually be a great support for PvP as well. Now, of course, if he dies and your team suffers an attack debuff, and in PvP that is worrying because he is a support hero, he probably doesn't have the greatest survival stats to begin with. Like eventually when he can cast his ultimate, he can increase your maximum health, but until then he's probably gonna have some survival issues. So for PvP, I do think it's gonna be much more debatable and unsure for PvP, but for PvE, Dream Realm, 100% he's going to be meta, very meta. It's very clear. And number 2 for AFK stages, I think he's probably going to be pretty crazy meta because double ultimate casting is just ridiculous. And in an AFK stage, sometimes you can last a whole 90-second match, and like Roland is a hero that's going to scale well into those 90 seconds by maximizing the morale and getting all the value. So anyway, guys, I hope you saved up your stellar crystals for Roland. He was a very anticipated hero this season. Lamentis was basically a fully skippable hero, and so Sylphira was really a more luxury hero. So I hope you save for him because he is going to be the must pull of this season. It's very clear, and it's going to hurt if you're not going to be able to get him. However, you know, there's potentially Mythic Plus could be enough for him because Mythic Plus does give him the ultimate cloning ability. So potentially we don't need the Supreme Plus, although we don't know what his Supreme Plus is. It will depend on how crazy his Supreme Plus actually is. But like, you know, if you're building him in progress, potentially Mythic Plus could get some value for you and still make him the best team option for you. But yeah, he's a beast. He lives up to the expectations we had of him, and probably he surpasses them, honestly speaking. Let me know your thoughts about Roland in the comment section down below. Unfortunately, we didn't see anything about him turning into a fox or the fox form, which I was hoping there would be something about that because I think it's just cool. Yeah, anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. This is obviously very exciting news. I can't wait for the actual full scale breakdown, which we should be having shortly. Pioneer server should be opening pretty soon. And then, of course, we'll make a video about that. So, thanks for watching, guys. That's going to be it for this video. And if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Firelight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus Dragon Crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video in a pinned comment. And you can actually bookmark this link in your browser. And whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So, thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.